Well, hey everybody, it's Jamie G, and this is episode 2 of the 5-Minute Musician Tune-Up. In episode 1, we talked about making practice a job and how to structure it, picking 3 or 4 things to do for 6 days in the same order, and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to just say this now because I expect to do one of these a week. If you are not a musician, I hope that these will be interesting for you and you can use it in your life. I actually had a carpenter write me after the first episode to tell me that what I was showing in the practice tricks and techniques, he's been using to finish his jobs. That's what I was hoping, kind of, that people would take something from these and be inspired. So whatever instrument you may play, or if you're a singer, or if you're not a musician, I hope you'll get something from these. So I'll always try my best to explain what the main concept is. So in episode 1, we talked about the structure of doing the practicing, as I said. And I mentioned that in the last 15 to 20 minutes of your practice, that one of the most creative things you can do, one of the best things you can do for your brain and your musicality, is to mix the different ideas from your practice session. And I kind of wanted to show you what I was talking about. In my last week's practice, I took 3 concepts that I did, as I explained, every day in the same order and so forth. So the first thing I started to work on were dominant 7th arpeggios. That's a major chord with a flat 7, right? And I wanted to do it at a particular tempo in every position. So, as I explained, always with a metronome, so this would be like F7. And then I went to the next position, so we played. And then I went to the next position. Anyway, that was one of the concepts that I worked on, and I played it in many ways. I'm not going to show you how I worked on it in this video. And then the second thing I did was play to an A minor blues. So instead of playing it the traditional way, playing blues scales and all that kind of stuff, I was working on a concept of playing what's called diatonic fourths. So a fourth, of course, you know, is 4 notes higher. So if I'm in A minor, then it's A, B, C, D is a fourth, and then D, E, F, G is a fourth. So what I did, instead of playing A minor, B minor, C, D, I worked on the diatonic fourths, meaning A. Here's a metronome, so. That's the second thing I was working on. And before I forget, don't forget to hit that link so you can get all the files and the backtracks and everything else that's in this video, including the video, by the way. And so the third thing was playing a Carcassi piece, a classical composer. The Carcassi piece is... Anyway, those are the 3 things. I worked on arpeggios, I worked on my diatonic fourths, and then the Carcassi piece. And so for the last 15 minutes or 20 minutes of my practice, I would go through and mix these ideas. And I did that by making a backtrack of A minor blues. And I want to show you a little example of what I'm talking about. Okay? Here we go. There's A blues. Diatonic fourths. arpeggio on F. Now mix some Carcassian. Diatonic fourths. Now, I'm just messing about here, but you can see just from 3 little concepts that I worked on in a structured manner that I could take that and make music out of it. So hopefully this will inspire you to try this on your own. So I'm going to include the backtrack, the diatonic fourths, the arpeggios, all written out in PDF and so forth, and the video. All you need to do is go to the link where it says subscribe. You get on there and you'll get a confirm email, and then you can get your files free of charge. I just want to inspire you. Okay, thank you so much for being with me for the 5-minute musician tune-up. See you next time.